advice for him at all?
Just be healthy and do what you think you can do. It's a hard thing to do.
And to repeat history conversations, you must be prepared, not just for the question, but for the answer that comes back.
As the boxing world gears up for the explosive showdown between living legend Manny Pacquiao and reigning world champion Mario Barrios, fighters from all corners of the sport are weighing in, and opinions are sharply divided. Some believe Pacquiao's blistering speed, crafty angles, and relentless pressure will be too much for Barrios to handle. Others argue that the Filipino icon may be taking on more than he can manage against a younger, bigger, and fresher opponent. From Errol Spence Jr. to Sean Porter, predictions are pouring in, and everyone's asking the same question. Can the 46-year-old Pacquiao turn back the clock one last time, or will Barrios usher in a brutal change?
Travis Hartman with weighing in with Travis Hartman. I'm going to weigh in on the Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios fight. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years old. Yes. Mario Barrios is a world champion. Yes. But I'm going to pick Manny Pacquiao. The southpaw from the Philippines, the Hall of Famer, the 8-division world champion. He is going to muster up enough from the past to come in here and beat Mario Barrios. And I'm going to roll with Manny Pacquiao for a decision over Mario Barrios in Vegas this Saturday on Amazon Prime pay-per-view. But also, Mario Barrios is going to pose a lot of threats versus Manny Pacquiao because he's a lot taller, he's a lot longer, and he's younger. And he's a world champion. It's for the WBC world title. Manny Pacquiao's first fight after being retired for 5 or 6 years now. And he chooses a world title fight. Manny Pacquiao by decision.
When boxing royalty speaks, the world listens. And Sugar Ray Leonard isn't counting out Manny Pacquiao. Reflecting on his own comeback, Leonard reminds us of the psychological battlefield athletes face after long retirements. In his words, you've got to get used to being hit. You've got to get used to training that hard at that level. It's more mental, more psychological than it is physical. You have to have that heart, that feeling. And you know what? Maybe he can do it. Maybe he knows the right thing to do.
Actually, I can't comment too harshly on that because I made more comebacks than everybody. I hold a record, undisputed. You know?
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, do what you want to do, man. You know what, man? It's all up here and it's here. It's what you got. It's what you use. Again, there's no way to answer this, but stay healthy.
Drawing parallels to his own 1987 return against Marvin Hagler, Leonard emphasizes that Pacquiao must rely on unwavering mental discipline and emotional readiness. He warns that preparation goes beyond physical conditioning. It's about recalibrating the mind for the rings.
What kind of challenges he's going to face, having been a great fighter yourself and him comparable in career-wise? What kind of challenges do you think he's going to face, and any advice on him doing things a certain way that maybe you found he did a mistake or this and that, give or take?
You know what? When I came back that one horrible time, it was all me. It was my mindset. It was the way I felt like I believed I could win. I trained hard, but you know what? I won't do it again. You know what I mean? I won't do it again. But I can't tell someone don't do that. But, yeah, I made too many comebacks.
As for Manny, just any advice for him at all?
Just be healthy and do what you think you can do. It's a hard thing to answer.
Then there's Bernard, the executioner, Hopkins, the embodiment of longevity in boxing and the oldest man ever to hold a world title. Hopkins sees qualities in Pacquiao that mirror his own late career success. Speaking to the ring, he expressed his belief. I'm rooting for Manny because I know if anyone can do it, it's him. I think Barrios is a B+. He has the speed. He has the experience to get the upset. As a matter of fact, Manny could...
If Pacquiao's successful, he will become tied with the record I set and broke from George Foreman as the oldest champion to win a major title in the light heavyweight division, in boxing. That stand, that's there. Fat check it. Fat check it is there. That's your generation. Y'all fat check a lot. I got a daughter that's 26. So I got a nephew that's 18, 19, all between 17 and 30, all in between. They keep me up on game. They keep me up on all the fat check. So I'm letting you know. That's one of the reasons Pacquiao is coming out to do that. And other reasons too, but that's one of the majors.
In an interview, Pacquiao revealed that his comeback isn't fueled by outside pressure, but by a deeply personal rekindling of his first love, boxing. The world champion turned politician fell adrift after stepping away in 2021. Life without the sport proved emptier than any public office, and returning to the routines of training camp, press events, sparring sessions, interviews, reminded him of what he truly missed: the grind and the glory. After a 4-year layoff that allowed his body to heal, Pacquiao has rediscovered not only his enduring athleticism, but more importantly, his passion.
I'm coming back because, like I said, boxing is always my passion, and I miss boxing for how many years? All years I stopped boxing. I always thinking boxing, and even in my house I have a boxing ring, boxing gym. And I always work out every day, like playing basketball, playing badminton. So I really love exercise, and I really miss boxing.
How much of this comeback is about money, if at all?
No, the comeback. The reason why I come back is because I want to. I miss boxing. I mean, I want to be a champion again. And I can still that. In my heart, in my mind, I can still be a champion.
Manny Pacquiao's bout against Mario Barrios on July 19th. 2025 marks a pivotal chapter in the Filipino legend's storied career. At 46 years old, Pacquiao's return to the ring after a 4-year hiatus has generated massive excitement. But his ambitions stretch far beyond this fight. Should he defeat Barrios, Pacquiao already has his sights set on a blockbuster clash with WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Tank.
So basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank
so,
and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to Ugas.
And that's Crimea River, man. That's what boxing is. But longer deserve a Canelo fight.
Manny, when you beat Barrios, what's next? Are you going to fight Ryan Garcia, Haney, Lopez, Gervonta Davis? Are you ready to go through these fights?
One at a time.
But you want those guys.
We'll see. We'll see. I always, I cannot say after this I'm going to fight like that, but one at a time. After the fight, we can see, we can talk.
According to Pacquiao's advisor, Sean Gibbons, the plan is to first capture the WBC welterweight title and then pursue the dream fight with Davis. Gibbons noted that Pacquiao has been eager to face Davis for years and feels that after Davis's most recent performance, the timing could finally be perfect. Pacquiao has made it clear he's willing to meet Davis at either 145 or 147 pounds.
Gervonta Tank Davis has a 6 to 7 fight deal with the PBC and Amazon for $200 million. That's like $30 million a fight. All right. He also has a fight date for November. El Rayo team has said they're not fighting this year. So he's not the guy. So the question is, who is the guy who is willing to fight Tank by November and can build the fight into a fight worth $30 million? Y'all must be out y'all minds if y'all think that Manny Pacquiao versus Gervonta Tank Davis isn't a huge fight. That'll probably be his biggest fight ever. Y'all know that's a big fight because the boxing fan today, they know Tyson, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. That's who they know.
Boxing great Sugar Ray Leonard has also stirred excitement by suggesting that fans deserve a Pacquiao Mayweather rematch. He insists it's not just about money. It's about legacy, history, and delivering for the sport's most passionate audience. People will watch it, Leonard said, stressing that the narrative and intrigue of two all-time greats squaring off again would be undeniable. In his view, the bout could reinvigorate boxing, becoming a cultural and commercial spectacle that goes
Mayweather and Pacquiao. Would you be interested in seeing that rematch?
I mean, yeah. You're at a different stage in your life.
Yeah.
Spiritually, physically, mentally.
Right.
It can be a great fight.
Right.
Put it this way. It should be done.
It should be done.
It should be.
It will help boxing in the sport. You think the sport needs it?
In a crazy way.
In a crazy way?
Yeah. I mean, put it this way. And as much people say when he's 40 years old, people will watch it.
Manny's last fight, he looked phenomenal.
He looks phenomenal.
He looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
And Mayweather, the last one he fought a kickboxer. He fought, Conor McGregor. His last few fights were too.
Well, when he beat that guy from
the Asian guy. But it was a kickboxer. He was a kickboxer. He wasn't a professional boxer.
I think it's called Tommy Hearn.
Meanwhile, respected boxing coach Abel Sanchez points out that although Pacquiao's speed and reflexes may have diminished with age, his punching power remains dangerous. Sanchez cited George Foreman's stunning victory over Michael Moorer as proof that an older fighter can still produce a knockout. In his eyes, Pacquiao retains the power to trouble Barrios despite the year.
Another fight that's coming up is Manny Pacquiao coming back to fight Mario Barrios for the world title. Obviously, Pacquiao's been out of the ring for 4 years. He's not had a victory for 6. What do you make of Pacquiao coming straight back into a world title fight?
Well, I think Manny's a great fighter, and I think Manny's got a great career behind him. I think he picked the lesser of the welterweight champions. I think he has a good chance of making it a good fight. Whether he can win or not at this stage, at this age, I should say. Sometimes the mind tells you pull the trigger, but the body can't, so is it going to be that? What is he, 46, 47 years old? Something like that? Yeah. Bernard Hopkins was a different kind of animal. Bernard Hopkins never really had the kind of tough fights like Manny's had, so.
Veteran trainer Joel Diaz, however, offers a more cautious and blunt perspective. He believes Pacquiao shouldn't be making a return at all, arguing that Barrios holds the clear advantage. Diaz stresses that the grueling demands of a 12-round fight will favor the younger, fresher champion. He warns that Barrios' strength and conditioning could gradually wear Pacquiao down, potentially deciding the fight through sustained pressure or a late surge. While Diaz acknowledges Pacquiao's legendary ring IQ, he also cautions that ring rust and age-related decline are real factors. In his estimation, Barrios is well-positioned.
Yeah. Mario Barrios is younger. He's younger, he's big, he's a big boy. I mean, he still has a little bit more youth in him than Manny. Manny, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mario Barrios is probably same size as Margarito.
I think so, like 5'10", 5'11".
Around there, yeah. And Manny at this age, he shouldn't be fighting. In my opinion, I respect the man a lot. He gave the sport of boxing his life. He gave us great moments, great memories.
In a recent interview, Greg Hackett voiced concerns about the matchup, suggesting that Pacquiao, despite his legendary status, might be overestimating his current abilities. He stressed the challenges Pacquiao would face against a younger, more active fighter like Barrios, underscoring the potential risks involved. Hackett's remarks echo a broader concern within the boxing world about older fighters stepping back into the ring against dangerous opponents. His perspective serves as a cautionary note, urging careful thought about the possible consequences for Pacquiao's health.
Not knock him out, but beat him on the cards, beat him behind that jab.
Similar to like Ugas, the Ugas fight?
Yeah, like that. It's a good fight, but it's more of a good fight for Barrios. Pacquiao don't need it, but Pacquiao want to come back, and he want to come back with a bang, so why not? If he can make it happen, make it happen. Because I would love, if Barrios was my fighter, I would love to have a Pacquiao on the record. I would love something like that. And that's a fight you got to get ready for.
it's a fight that boxing fans are going to criticize you for.
Yeah.
But the reality is Manny Pacquiao has a diehard fan base that you're going to make money with that fight.
Yeah.
Renowned trainer Robert Garcia also acknowledges Pacquiao's incredible career, but shares concern over the physical realities aging athletes must confront. Garcia warns that, as time passes, even the greatest champions can be betrayed by their own bodies, especially when facing younger, stronger challengers.
Well, Pacquiao's a big name, and obviously Barrios a great fight for Barrios because he's a champion, and I think Pacquiao, being that they both have connections with PBC, that's the easiest fight to make. So, getting another title opportunity, just the name obviously, but I really believe that Pacquiao shouldn't be fighting. I think it's actually going to be a little. I don't want to say sad because he's going to make a lot of money, so we can't feel sorry for him. But at 46, almost 47, it's almost impossible for I'm just 4 years older, 4 years older than him, and it's not easy to try to think you're going to get in shape and be able to perform like the way you were when you were in your 20s and 30s.
You think it's impossible for him to beat Mario Barrios right now?
Well, it's not impossible because he has power. He should have that power. Barrios is big and a strong boy, so I don't see that happening. But is it possible? Anything's possible. George Foreman did it. There's been others that do it. But I really don't see it happening.
But Pacquiao's speed's the name of his game. Do you think he doesn't have that? There's no way he doesn't have the same speed as before.
There's no way, bro. You guys, I don't know if you guys seen his last performance.
The exhibition where against that big guy.
It was actually embarrassing to see that shit. So it wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. You know what I mean?
If Pacquiao wins, what does that do for him? Where does that put him all time?
Hell, come on. At that age, after few years, I don't know how many years he's been out.
Boxing analyst Teddy Atlas has examined Barrios' size and career trajectory, noting that he moved up in weight rather than being a natural welterweight. This, Atlas suggests, could mean his size advantage is not as decisive as it appears, potentially leveling the playing field against Pacquiao. From his perspective, the fight might be more evenly matched than many expect, shaping up to be a competitive and intriguing contest.
Not naturally as big a man as those other welterweights. So start there. That's a fair point. He moved up in weight, Barrios. So he's not a naturally big natural welterweight. And of course we understand Pacquiao has moved up. My God, I don't even know when he first turned pro, you would have thought maybe he could have been a jockey.
Yeah,
I mean he was
108 pounds, right?
Yeah, jockeys are about 105 pounds, I think, somewhere around that neighborhood. I mean, can you imagine him though going to the whip? He might have killed the horse. That's the only thing. Yeah, you would have had Petter. What is it called? Peter, whatever. Peter. You would have had Peter coming after you. Look what he did to this horse. But look, I love Pacquiao. One of my favorite people. One of my favorite fighters in the whole world. He's moved up from incredible weight. People forget about that. That's why I brought it up. How many weight classes this man has really moved up. Incredible. Just incredible. But now, yeah, Barrios wouldn't be as big as those other guys, but he's still a guy that's confident. He's a guy that's a world champion. He's a guy who throws a lot of punches. He's a guy who's younger, who's active, who I know you can't go by this guy beat this guy, but he could beat that guy, but he could beat this guy, but you can't go by that in my business, in this business, because styles make fights. But you're right. He beat Ugas. You could say Ugas was a little older than when he fought him a little bit than when Pacquiao fought him. And maybe that made a difference, whatever. But he did take a lot of punishment, Pacquiao, in the Ugas fight. I thought that Pacquiao, for his age,
even with Barrios' advantages, being 16 years younger, taller, and boasting a longer reach, many seasoned professionals still give Pacquiao the benefit of the doubt. Fellow Filipino champion Nonito Donaire believes in Pacquiao's skill and ring intelligence, saying he knows how to fight, how to win. Justin Fortune, Pacquiao's strength coach, claims the legend looks just as sharp as he did 6 or 7 years ago and predicts a stoppage victory. Former rival Juan Manuel Marquez points out that punching power is the last thing a fighter loses, urging respect for Pacquiao's potential. In the eyes of these experts, Pacquiao's blend of speed, experience, and power ensures he remains a dangerous opponent, even against a...
Manny Pacquiao returns to the ring against a young fighter, champion WBC, Mario Barrios. How do you see that fight playing out?
Barrios is a tall guy, and he's a tough guy. You know, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because Pacquiao is champion, the holder of the records of 8 divisions, and he knows how to fight, he knows how to win, so you always got to give it that opportunity for him to show up. And now whoever shows up in that ring, whether it's a desire to win or just try to be there, that's a question that we have to see. But I believe that he has the ability to do something to win the fight against Barrios.